I want to get a divorce. What? On the day I turned 40, my husband suddenly asked for a divorce. It seemed he no longer saw me as a woman. How cruel it is to bring up divorce on our wedding anniversary. I cried at the harsh reality. However, this divorce led to unexpected result. My name is Mia. I had been married to my husband, Matteo, for 5 years. He is 10 years younger than me. We met when I was 35. I received a passionate pursuit from my then 25-year-old Matteo. I liked him, but I wasn't sure if I should go out with him. I was concerned about our age gap. With a 10-year age gap between us, I couldn't help but lack confidence. Compared to his friends, I was much older, and he might eventually get tired of the age gap. Thinking that way, I couldn't bring myself to start a relationship. As if he could see through my doubts, he always gave me kind words. I really want to marry you. Will you consider it? I'm happy to hear that, but I'm 10 years older than you, and we might not be able to have children. Even if we can't have children, I want to be with you. As long as you're by my side, that's all that matters. But I'll always get older before you, you know. I'll get wrinkles and age faster. I might even lose my ability to walk. I don't care about any of that. I'll keep loving you no matter how old you get. With those words, he embraced me. In that moment, I felt my insecurities disappear. Instead of making excuses for my lack of confidence, I decided to trust him. And so, we got married. It was what I might call a whirlwind marriage, but I had no regrets. From then on, it was a daily effort. Although I had undeniably aged since we first met, I maintained my figure through daily jogging and took care of my skin. Ball for Matteo. I put a lot of effort in the hope that my much younger husband wouldn't feel embarrassed to be with me. I kept working hard. And time passed. It was our 5th wedding anniversary. It was also my 40th birthday. When I bought a cake on my way home from work, Matteo was already home. I'm back. I bought a cake. Hey, can you take a seat? I have something to talk to you about. Huh? What is it? He had something to talk about. I thought it was about going on a trip or something. But Matteo's expression seemed dark. With a sense of unease, I sat down as he had asked. What is it? I asked, and Matteo quietly began to speak. I want to get a divorce. What? I couldn't believe my ears. Divorce? Is this a joke? It was our 5th wedding anniversary. I couldn't believe it. I continued to question myself and my mind in response to Matteo's incomprehensible statement. And then, with fear in my voice, I cautiously brought it up. You're just joking, right? I can't laugh at it, though. I wouldn't joke about something like this. Matteo responded with a grim expression. I've reached my limit with our marriage. So please, let's get a divorce. Why's that? We've never had any major fights before, so why all of a sudden, divorce? I've already fallen in love with someone else. What do you mean? Are you saying you've been having an affair? An affair? No, I'm in love. The only one I love now is her. I can't believe it. How could you do something so cruel? Tears welled up in my eyes as I questioned him, and Matteo casually responded, it's because of your age. What? Is that the reason why? 'Tis a perfectly valid reason, isn't it? You're already 40, so you're just an old hag. How can you say something so heartless? Huh. Just so you know, I cheated on you because of your fault, okay? My fault? What did I do? With a deep sigh, Matteo delivered an unjustifiable reason for divorce. You know, try to put yourself in my shoes. Do you understand how embarrassing it is to be seen with an old hag who's getting uglier by the day? Ugly. I've been working hard every day to make sure you won't be embarrassed. Ha. Matteo laughed derisively and said, it's ridiculous. A middle-aged hag like you trying so hard is useless. Besides, do you think any man wants to be with a woman who's lost her charm with age? Women, you know, once they lose their youth, it's all over, you dummy. It's not. Furthermore, Matteo continued to berate me as if you were justifying his infidelity. I had to cheat because you're getting older and uglier. It's not my fault at all. If you want to blame someone, blame yourself. You ugly thing, do you really think you can be my wife forever? If you're that determined, maybe you should get some plastic surgery to look younger. After that, Mateo continued to berate me as if brainwashing me to believe that his infidelity was entirely my fault. He told me it was because of the age gap, and I was getting older. Every insult imaginable was thrown at me, and I was heartbroken. After that, Mateo mocked me because I was visibly getting thinner and mentally distressed. In a normal situation, I should have demanded compensation from Mateo and his mistress. But at this point, I had no energy for that. Maybe I should have talked to someone about it. Some might wonder why I didn't do so. However, who could say I was divorced because I'm ugly? I was crushed by such inferiority. In the end, I pushed through with the divorce reason of we couldn't have children to family and friends. Since then, I stopped going to work, and my days were spent as a recluse at my parents' house. I rarely went out, and I only spoke minimally with my parents. I had lost confidence in myself and wanted to cut ties with the people around me. Seeing me like this, my mom couldn't stand it and took me to a well-known psychiatrist. When I was called into the room and entered, the doctor's eyes widened as he looked at me. "Doe, you're Mia, right? Huh? Do you remember me? We were in the same class in junior high school. I'm Max." "What? No way. Are you that Max?" There, standing before me, was my former classmate from junior high school, Max. He was never the standout type, but even back then, he was exceptionally bright. With his calm demeanor and sincerity, he always exuded a mature aura. "I'm so surprised." "I'm surprised too. I never thought I'd run into you. By the way, you still look beautiful, as always." Continuously brainwashed by Mateo, I finally accepted the divorce. He casually complimented me, and my face turned red involuntarily. Feeling embarrassed about basking in his flattery, I denied it immediately. "Don't flatter me. My ex-husband called me old and ugly before leaving." "Really? Could it be that you came here today because of that?" "Well, it's okay. I'll listen to everything you have to say. Would you like to talk?" Looking at him with a gentle smile, tears welled up in my eyes. I nodded quietly and slowly began to speak about everything that had happened. "My ex-husband called me ugly and left me even though he said he would love me forever." "I see. That must have been tough." "Yay, it was. I felt like everything about me was being denied." Tears welled up every time I spoke, and it was hard to articulate my words. Nevertheless, he, as a doctor, listened to me until the end. "Thank you for sharing with me, Mia. You've really been through a lot." "Thank you." I finally managed to confide in someone about these painful feelings. The relief I felt from doing so caused all the pent-up emotions to overflow. Since my divorce, it was the first time I had raised my voice and cried. I had wanted to confide in someone like this for a long time. I needed help, and he was the one who saved me. In the end, he looked straight into my eyes and said, "Mia, you're beautiful. You were beautiful back then, and of course, you still are now. So, I want you to have more confidence in yourself." Max. The negative feelings that had frozen in my chest gradually melted away as I listened to his words. The weight I had been carrying all along seemed to have suddenly lightened. 2 years later, as I was walking down the street, I noticed someone approaching me. When I looked up, I saw Mateo. "Mia, it's been a while." "Oh, well, it's been a while." We exchanged polite greetings, and as I was about to say, "Well then," he firmly grabbed my arm. He noticed my wedding ring and intentionally made a surprised face. "Wow, that's terrifying. You still wear that wedding ring." "What? What's so terrifying about it?" "That's the wedding ring I gave you, right?" "Huh? Are you still wearing it? Does it mean you still love me?" "That's creepy. Divorcing an old hag like you was definitely the right choice." At that moment, the resentment I had been suppressing towards him resurfaced. I firmly told Mateo, who was getting carried away for no reason. "What are you misunderstanding? This isn't the ring you gave me. This is a ring I received from my current husband. I threw away the ring you gave me a long time ago." "You threw it away? And what's with the current husband? Have you remarried?" "Yes, I've remarried." "An old hug like you remarried?" "Yes, I remarried. As you might have guessed, it's Max. Since that day I visited his clinic, we started seeing each other." We had meals together, went to various places, and he eventually proposed to me. We just finished our wedding ceremony last month, and I had finally found true happiness. It seemed that the reality didn't sit well with Mateo, and he started berating me again, just like in the old days. You remarried. That's a lie. You're already 42, right? An old hag like you can't possibly remarry. You can think whatever you want. My current husband is a wonderful person who doesn't look down on me like you. He's probably just some lowly part-timer, right? Desperate to get married, so he targeted an old hag like you for sure. To his merciless taunts, I revealed the truth. He's not a part-timer. He's a practicing doctor. A doctor? Yes. What? You married a doctor? It seemed my remarriage to someone more accomplished than him didn't sit well with him. Shivering and trembling, he exclaimed, "No way. That's impossible. I've had enough of him, who can't acknowledge others' happiness and can only scorn them from the bottom of his heart. Anyway, I want to thank you. Thank you for divorcing me." "What do you mean?" "I'm really grateful. Thanks to you leaving me, I was able to marry my current husband. I've gained the best life, leaving behind a terrible man like you. I can't thank you enough." "Shut up, you old hug." Mateo was filled with an energy that makes it seem like he might attack at any moment. I glared at him sharply and continued speaking. "I'm really glad I could meet you here today. I've wanted to see you for a long time." Me. For some reason, he seemed to have misunderstood something and changed his attitude completely, wearing a big smile. "You wanted to see me. Does it mean you still love me even though you have remarried? You can't forget about me, right?" "Well, I can't forget about you. In fact, I was debating whether to come and meet you myself." "I knew it. Well, you know, I've been reconsidering things lately. I realized I prefer a mature woman like you rather than younger girls. I could start over with you if you really want to." Saying that, he tried to casually put his hand on my shoulder. I immediately brushed his hand away and spoke firmly. "Start over? Are you joking? I haven't wished for that even a bit." "But you said you wanted to see me." "I did want to see you, but not to reconcile. I want to claim compensation from you." "Compensation?" "That's right. At that time, I was mentally struggling, and I couldn't think straight. But now that I think about it, cheating is unforgivable, right? There are still a few months left before the statute of limitations for claiming compensation expires, and I'll make sure to claim it." His face quickly turned pale, and cold sweat dripped down his cheeks. "Wait a minute. I'm your ex-husband, right? Are you really doing this to me now? That's mean." "What's wrong with using my rights? You were the one who cheated first, right? You enjoyed yourself and didn't offer any compensation. Don't act like a spoiled child. Do you have any idea how hurt I was because of you?" "Hey, calm down. I now think you're better than the girl I had an affair with." "I didn't ask for your opinion. I don't care how a scumbag like you perceives me. Just so you know, I'll never let you be happy. I'll make sure to collect the compensation, and I'll drag you down to hell, no matter what it takes." No. Having met me again in this way, Mateo's future took an unexpected turn. I looked down at him as he slumped to the ground and tell him, "Goodbye then. I'll be in touch later." "Hey. Wait, Mia. Hey. Don't ever call my name again. And never appear in front of me again." No. Ignoring Mateo, who had collapsed in exhaustion, I left the scene. Since then, I haven't seen him. After that, I sought the help of a lawyer I had met from Mac's introduction, and demanded compensation from Mateo and his affair partner. Apparently, after Mateo and I got a divorce, Mateo was abandoned by his affair partner and lost his job. Currently, he remains unemployed and appears to be barely making ends meet by working part-time in construction-related jobs. Naturally, a lump sum payment of compensation was infeasible. Based on the advice of my lawyer, we arranged to deduct a fixed amount from his monthly salary. Considering his already precarious financial situation, this deduction for compensation would make his life even more challenging in the future. Mateo pleaded through the lawyer, "I want to start over. At least reduce the compensation." But I ignored everything and continued to claim it firmly. He had enjoyed looking down on and ridiculing me so much. He deserves to face consequences like this. I plan to push him until he pays it off, using any means necessary. On the other hand, I'm living happily with Max. We are the same age, so there's no need for me to feel inferior or self-conscious about my age. Mia, you look beautiful today too. Stop it, but thank you. I mean it. I can't thank Max enough for saving me. From now on, I'll live with confidence for his sake.